guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to go through all the rules of men's field lacrosse. So in today's video I'm going to go through all the rules of field lacrosse for men. I'm splitting these up into two videos, one for the men and one for the women, considering there are some pretty significant differences in some of their rules. There's many rules of lacrosse that are very similar. There are some big differences between the men's and the women's game. So in today's video I'm going to go through all the rules of the men's game. But if you guys are interested in more sports administration videos just like this, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to start off with just some of the basics. The main point of lacrosse, obviously you want to win, so your goal is to score more points than the opponent, and to score a goal you are taking the ball in your stick and shooting it on the net. There are a few rules around shooting it on the net. The ball does have to fully cross the goal line, and your body has to stay out of the goalie crease. The net that you are shooting on is 6 feet high and 6 feet wide, and that goalie crease is 18 feet across. You play on a field that is 60 yards by 110 yards. And the net is 15 yards in from that back end line. The game starts off with a face-off, and once a team gains possession, they are working to get towards their opponent's net. They can do this in a couple different ways. They can pass the ball straight in the air to a teammate, they can pass the ball on the ground to a teammate, or they can cradle the ball in their stick to get up the field. And then once they're in the offensive zone, they are going to try to find a good shot on net. Now the defense in the opposing team is trying to stop them in a few different ways. One way they can do this is blocking shots, trying to get in the path of the shot and getting the ball so that it doesn't go towards the net. They can also body check or stick check to try to get the ball away from the person carrying it. Their goal as the defense is to get the ball so that they can run an offense themselves and try to score that way. The game is played 10 on 10, so it's 3 attack, 3 midfielders, 3 defenders, and 1 goalie for each team on the field at a time. And there are different zones that people have to stay in on the field. At all times, you have to have 4 players in your defensive zone. So this is 3 players and a goalie has to be in your defensive zone at all times. So if your defender wants to come up and shoot the ball, a midfielder, somebody else has to hang back in your defensive zone. And then you always have to have 3 players in your attacking zone. So when you're playing defense, you can't bring back your whole team. 3 players, usually your 3 attack, stay back in your attacking zone. Generally, the game is played 6 on 6 with the defending team having their goalie in each defensive zone. And in this game, up to 4 players can use long sticks. This is generally your 3 defensemen, and your defensive midfielder are the players that usually choose to use these sticks. The game is played for 4 15-minute quarters, a total of 60 minutes, and there are no ties in lacrosse. So if there is a tie at the end, it usually goes into a sudden death overtime. So what this is even though it's a 5-minute period, the first one to score a goal wins. And lacrosse also has many rules that if you break, it does incur a penalty, and there's a few different penalties you can get. A technical foul penalty, this could be offside, this could be holding, is a 30-second penalty, and for any of these penalties, your team plays down a man and the other team has an extra man on the field, so you usually have 1 less, and the other team has that 1-man advantage to be able to try to run their offense and get an attack in. There's also personal fouls. This could be tripping or unsportsmanlike conduct, and those are 60-second fouls. And then there are major fouls, and this could be using some equipment you're not supposed to, greatly talking back to the refs, and these are 3-minute penalties. Now, when the ball goes out of bounds, if it's rolled out of bounds or if a player steps out of bounds, any of that, it goes to the other team. However, when a shot is taken on net, if it ricochets off the net, it's blocked in some way, or it is completely missed, when it goes out of bounds, the team that gets it's actually the team that is closest to it. So when you shoot the ball, you want somebody following it to that back end line, because then your team could get the ball back. Now, a couple smaller rules. Offsides is when you have too many players in that zone. Like I said before, you have to keep your 4 total, which is your 3 defensive and your 1 goalie in your defensive zone. So when you go to attack the ball, you got to make sure that you still have those 4 players back And same thing on attack. You can't bring up extra players to play defense. You have to keep those 3 players in your attacking zone. If you have more than the allotted amount of players you're supposed to have, that is considered offsides. Substitutions for lacrosse, you do get unlimited substitutions. They are made on the fly and they just have to happen in the substitution zone, which is in the middle of the field. It's just an area that the players have to run in and off between. And then the last 2 rules I have are specific for Major League Lacrosse. So Major League Lacrosse does run with a shot clock. They run with a 60-second shot clock. So when your team gains possession, you have 60 seconds to shoot the ball. And Major League Lacrosse also has a 2-point goal. So there's a big arc on the field, and if you shoot from outside of that arc, you do receive 2 points. So those are just some of the basic rules of lacrosse. If you have any other questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I will have another video on some of the specific rules for women's lacrosse, as there are some differences. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. Check out the video I have linked at the end with all the positions in lacrosse to find which position is right for you. And I will see you guys next Wednesday.